It is part two of chatting shit. Dan doesn't know this, but I've now decided in our short break that I'm not even going to bother editing these together. I'm just going to upload these separately because that's the sort of effort I'm into these days. I'm taking a leaf
I
out of
know.
taking a leaf out of Devon's book.
He's so mean, so
I
mean.
know, but we
Are you
were.
going to do it as like a two-parter and leave it a day apart from each other as well? So you release the first part and Kalethnik sat there going, "Ooh,
I
I'm
could
going to
do.
watch this. I'm going to watch this," and he'll watch it, and then he'll be like, "Fuckers!" You
I
can
could
actually
do.
just edit one bit of a finger going, "Fuck you, Kalethnik."
But you can't, I think. Yeah, fuck you, Cal. Um, yeah, we were on Glow King, Glow Bro. Um, Acid may be good. I don't. I genuinely don't know. But so is Poison Jab, right? And Scald and Surf comparable, but Glowbro has
Brutal swing.
Brutal Swing, which may not be important because if everyone's running Pachirisu and Ninetales every game, then hitting
Well,
with
you
Psychics
say this.
is
There is one thing that beats Pachirisu and Ninetales.
go on then.
Grumpig.
Okay,
Grumpig beats both Pachirisu and Ninetales,
so this may be
but
important
loses to Bro.
to Bro, but not King.
I think he loses to King as well
Okay, well,
because you get to the Shadow Ball and you can still hurt.
but either way, right? So this goes back to what I was talking about earlier about how you've got this primary meta almost, and then out of this pops, oh, actually poison damage is really good, right? So this brings me on to my second thing that I wanted to talk about. Um, and just given that you've just mentioned that Grumpy is a code breaker for the best pet core in the cup, this may cause you some concern that I'm mentioning, I think, number 726, Salazzle.
Yeah, fuck you.
Why?
Because I've still never hatched one.
Have you still
I have,
not?
I have one, which is I'm very grateful for. The person who gave it to me is a close friend. Thanks, Matt. Um, but it goes to 1477 and is pretty shy.
Wait, but that doesn't matter. Like Salazzle's stats, that doesn't matter. Salazzle
Mm,
is less bulky than Vikavolt,
yeah.
so that doesn't matter. Um, but yeah, I haven't looked at the Sims, but I think again I'd be tempted to go Poison Jab rather than Incinerate. I imagine that's significantly better into Ninetales. Doesn't really lose you any speed, I don't think,
Hmm.
and you may as soon as you shield once with it, you're going to be in a good spot. You don't even have to shield once. Like if you're keeping it away, if you know your opponent's brought Grumpig to the game somehow, regardless of how the game state is, and you know you're keeping it away from Grumpig, just zero shields it, poison fang something, take leave them with 75% with a debuff, and then farm. Like I seem to people seem to have forgotten. Well, I don't know. The meta
They've forgotten how
developers,
to farm.
the meta developers have forgotten the importance of a soft loss. It's like okay, all the matchups have to be 98% health to it is 100% health, right? And so it's almost like soft loss. I feel like they're trying to discourage soft losses, but yeah, I think if you can, if you're banking on your opponent bringing not Vikavolt, Pachirisu and Ninetales to every game, then that's one slot left. Yeah, okay, fine, they might put Grumpig in that slot, but you build your team to have loads of Grumpig answers. Um,
Hmm.
and also, like you say, Grumpig beats Ninetales and beats Pachirisu, but it's not really a counter. It's not a counter to Pachirisu in the same way that Vikavolt a counter to Pachirisu.
No, yeah, no, it's not like complete wall, but it does win.
It's not, yeah, but
Um,
it's not even an answer in the same way that Alolan Raichu is an answer. It's an answer in the
yeah,
sense that it's a neutral matchup that it's slightly better.
mm,
That
yeah.
won't take much flipping.
Do you know what is a good little answer as well? I disagree with what's on PV Poke. Is I'm not. It doesn't. It beats Ninetales, but it doesn't beat Pachirisu, but it does take Pachirisu down. And depending on what moves you run in it, or should I say, Muse you run it. Like what I did there, hey.
Despicable.
Oh, can tell I'm a dad too.
Oh,
Um,
jeez.
um, Pokedex 151 Mew is out there It's telling you to run PV Poke is lying to you and telling you to run Side Shock. Don't run Side Shock. That's just silly. Do you know what I mean? You at least want to save yourself some TMs and run the shit that you've been running previously, but maybe change that Charge to a Dragon Claw.
And a lot of people have Dragonclaw anyway.
Because Dragon Claw, with Dragon Claw, you are suddenly getting up to a standard 60% win rate. Sorry, 65% and 70% in the two shields with Dragon Claw over Side Shock. So I just think there's some play there and some game there that you could maybe even. And again, we talked about fast move damage and things like that. You know, you've got your Shadow Claw for your fast moves, but your charge moves, you could save them up and use different things just to mix things up.
Yeah.
So I do. Sorry, Mew was another one I wanted to talk about, but I felt it was pretty
So
pussy pick.
so you tell me put the twos win right there. Um, I just thinking. So like I'm trying to picture how I'm playing this game, right? And I know my opponent's got nine tails. Whatever my opponent's nine tails is alive, I'm doing all I can to hold on to at least one shield because uh well, unless I've got three things like if unless I've got three grumpigs, I don't know. But like whenever I've got a fire or an electric around, I don't wanna let that nine tails go for a scorching sands on shielded. So I think if you're gonna run the twos with any Pokemon, I think you have to be really careful about what's in your line of three.
Oh, your line of three contains Pachirisu and
Nine tails.
Ninetales, so you know what I
So
mean. You can
yeah.
play the twos.
Well, don't, but you can't because then your opponent's not. Then if you use your shields with your Mew, like even if you take one shield of mine, I farm you down with nine tails, and then I just kill your other things with scorching sands because you've got no shield left.
Mm, yeah, yeah.
So if you're going to play the tools with anything, you've got to have things that aren't scared of eating the scorching sands.
Mm. Scorching Sands is a decent move here, though.
Yeah,
It's a
exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
really, really good move. I
Yeah,
mean, the first thing I did was look at Pokemon outside of Ninetales that had ground moves across the board. I did do the Sims for Kalethnik on Hidden Power Ground Luxray.
I
Yeah,
did it
it's
on
dog shit,
I did it on Hidden Power Ground Stormy. Dog shit.
dog shit, dog shit. Hidden Power is just dog shit in general.
Really, really dog shit. You know.
Yeah,
But they should have banned Ninetales. They should have banned Ninetales because if you've got bulky fires, like if you're looking at
but do you
Pachirisu,
think they didn't ban Ninetales because they airdropped in Lapras and Starmie, and they did it maybe I'm giving too much credit here, but maybe they did it as like a secret Easter egg of, oh, we're going to tell everyone to run it with Psywave, but really they should be running with Watergun.
you'd have to be really smart to figure that out, Don.
Fuck you.
I
Fuck you. And but think of this. This is Devon. And as I said earlier, people play PV Poke.
mhm.
People learn them counts. PV Poke even tells you the count numbers now.
Oh,
People
does it?
just learn that. Yeah, you can press a button, it tells you the counts on the things. People just learn that and they learn
Mm,
it for the top five things, and fuck all else matters.
right,
Fuck
fair
all
enough.
else matters. Usually, when I come into a chatting shit, I have what percentage is against the meta, what percentage is against all Pokemon. I don't even bother with all Pokemon because what's the point? What's the point? No one cares. No one's
No,
going to use them anyway.
no.
Do you know what I mean? They'll be me. They'll be me. I'm playing a tournament on Sunday night, which probably might only be me, you, and Aero Bubble, you know, but hey, fuck it. And I'm gonna bring fucking Mag because why the fuck not? I'm playing with Matt and Aaron. You know what I mean?
Fair enough.
I'm just going to have a laugh. I'm gonna try and do as many stupid shit to RPS the fuck out of the lot of yous. Um, and when you're running your Pachirisu and Ninetales core, you're gonna lead. I mean, you're gonna come straight into my Torkoal lead, and you're gonna be able to do fuck all against me. Eat that shit.
I think it's funny that you think I've got a Patrisu.
Have you not got Pachirisu?
I have, but I think I've got like 2XL candy.
I've got like about 100 if you want.
What, are you going to make me one?
I got like 100 Pachirisu.
Maybe, maybe.
I'll get Holly to make you one. She's coming over to Canada tomorrow,
Okay,
and
cool.
she'll make you one.
Has she got one of these Lucky Charms that I didn't know existed?
No, all our Lucky Charms go to Jamie.
Oh, okay, fair enough, mate.
Look, great. I got mouse to feed.
How do I get a Lucky Charm? Is that doing that thing that I didn't know anything about, where I got to 3 out of 100?
You got to three.
What was I when we met up in the pub? Was I like?
Yeah,
Oh,
you
I
were
was
like
single
nothing.
digits, wasn't I? I was single
Yeah, you were
digits.
single digits. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
Uh,
like I'm just stacking them. I'm not even claiming any of the rewards for it at the moment. I'm just like stacking them, and I'm just going to claim them all in a wanna because I eventually want to get to level 50 before I put the game down forever. So,
right, fair
uh,
enough.
I feel if I don't get to level 50, I feel it's really poor show. I should have already been there by now.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I'm not
So
going to ask what level you are, Matt.
I'm 48. I'm about halfway through 48, and I've been about halfway through 48 for about 3 years. And a bit. Yeah.
This last 10 million's killing me. I mean, I really should try, to be honest, to get there. But friendship levels and opening gifts just seem such a chore.
Yeah. What was it Trudy called it? Pokemon admin? Or was that you
Yeah,
that called that? I don't know. Yeah, it
it's probably both of us, but it does sound a very Trudy kind of like apt, kind of like, yeah.
does, doesn't it? Tell me about Grumpig then, Dan.
Grumpig. Grumpig is
Are people using it
Grumpig.
or not?
Yeah, people love it.
Are
People
people are
really,
people
really.
going to just run Grumpig, Ninetales, Pachirisu as the three, and that's what we're going to see on stream for anyone who watches the big North American thing? That will have about 40 people in it. It's massive. I don't know.
Is there a battle tower for North America? Is that a thing?
There is. It's happening Sunday next week. We found out 2 days ago, I think.
Okay, okay. You will see them on every team. You will see a Grumpig, you will see a Pachirisu, and you'll see a Ninetales. Whether you see them all three together, I don't think so. I do think you will see a glow on one of the teams with the mix up there, just because people will want that Surf or Scold, to be honest. Even though Grumpig does beat Ninetales, it's close. It's too close, and you kind of need, depending on the way that your balance is going to be, you really want something to beat. So, for instance, I come in Ninetales, great. I'm against your Pachirisu. Sorry, no, I'm coming in with my glow, and I've lost all my. I'm a Grumpig. There we go. Fuck off. Uh, and then against your Ninetales, I beat your Ninetales, great. But then I've got nothing apart from my Pachirisu to try and come against your Pachirisu against my Ninetales. It just, yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
So my next question was going to be, but what does Grumpig actually do? But then I realised actually you could. This is the problem with all different metas. You could ask that about everything here. You could say, oh well, it beats Ninetales and Pachirisu. Okay, sure, but what do they do? Well, they just beat everything, right? So, but there's no reason to this. But there's no
No, but
that
that's the
that
neutrality of it.
yeah. But it cannot be true. It cannot be true that Ninetales and Pachirisu beat everything. That's just not how the game works.
No, it's not that beats everything. As I said, there's Torkoal that beats Ninetales, and there are odd. Nothing beats both. That's the thing.
Yeah,
There's very few things that beat both of them consistently.
yeah,
And the things that do beat them consistently don't leave you with a lot left over,
yeah. But
at the end.
but this is the problem with Devon Metas. Do you remember the Silk one back in the day where it was the first time Shadow Gallade was good? Nightfall.
Nepal, yeah,
And
Nightfall.
the first time I entered, I went with Quad Fighter. I went with, or was it Triple Fighter? I certainly went with Gallade, Scrafty, Blaziken, His fighters were really good, and those things all did something slightly different. And then so from there, you could say, well, everything else, this beats the fighters, and it does it in this way without being weak to this. And but this thing beats the fighters in a slightly different way, and isn't like in matters where there is something that is centralizing, it gives everything else purpose, and you can build a sensible team because of it, just on instinct. There isn't anything like that here with Devon, and there hasn't been for a while.
Mm.
Um, and it's like it makes me think where okay, maybe I just like if it's true that Grumpig, Ninetales, and Pachirisu are the best things because they beat everything. Like I can't bring myself to fathom and admit to myself that that's true. So maybe I just pick one of them. It certainly ain't Pachirisu because I haven't got one. But
No, but
maybe I just pick Ninetales and build my team around Ninetales. I don't know.
it's
I just think there's no point to Pachirisu here. I just really think that's true.
you think there's no point to Pachirisu here. Pachirisu is your bulk. It is your linchpin. It is
No, that's Ninetales. Why do I need two of them when I can bring Ninetales to every game?
is 90. One mon isn't going to beat two mons. That's the problem, and because there's such fine margins in these wins and losses.
Yeah, but why? But what I'm saying is,
I come in there against you with a pig patch tail core
hmm,
team of three.
yeah.
How are you beating it? What are you
Well,
using to beat it? Because you've got your nine tails, great. You're like, okay, I've got my nine tails. What else are you gonna put with it?
this is the point.
Are you
Like, this is the point. Like, Alolan Raju beats the three of them, or like puts or like that will be as good against the three of them as anything else, including those three things themselves. But just because, like you say, it doesn't matter that Pachirisu and Ninetales and Grumpy beat everything because no one's using everything. Everyone's only using those three plus a few more.
hmm, they're only really using those three.
Yeah. So what does it matter that they have those three beat everything else? If that's
So
all we're
you
gonna if that's all we're gonna face, why does it matter that they're gonna beat everything else?
it's how you beat them.
Yeah, but like, there's got to be better things to go up against them than just the three of them themselves.
There are things that beat them situationally,
Yeah.
but nothing that consistently beats them. That's the problem, or nothing that beats all three of them,
Hmm.
apart from themselves.
But they don't. But then they can't beat. They can't all beat themselves because that's got to be situational as well, right?
It is fairly situational, but for instance, so your Grumpig could be, we go into it and I've got a really good Grumpig.
Mm-hmm.
You've got an attack weighted one,
Yeah.
so you could beat me, and it all comes down to IVs then.
Yeah.
Don't smile because I know Dan, I'd beat you by gamesmanship and better
No, no,
playing.
no. I'm smiling because this is like
It's worse
this
than
is the point.
RPS.
Like Grumpig doesn't beat Grumpig. Like, I'm sorry, that's just not how it works.
Well, it does.
It
It
doesn't
does.
because
It
if
does.
Grumpig beats Grumpig, Grumpig must also lose to Grumpig.
Look, right, without evil, they can't be good, so it must be good to be evil sometimes.
But yeah, to my point of what's the point of anything in this cup?
I,
Like,
but I get what you're saying. I do get what you're saying. I do get what you're saying, but there is that, and it's
if
very a Devon thing to the
yeah,
competitiveness of it, where it is always the same, and it is always people just using the same shit, and it
yeah,
comes down to sometimes luck of the draw, comes down to sometimes picking, you know, making the right call of what team to pick in your alignment to start off with.
yeah,
I have found my biggest problem with Devon is that I actually respect people too much. And no, but I generally respect people to be human beings.
Yeah.
It fucks me up immensely. Why did I think you were going to change your team? I don't know.
Yeah, why would I? Those
I
three mons are
play,
the best mons, then. They beat everything.
yeah, but that is honestly, I can't not tell you how many times I have played it where it's game three and I'm like, no, surely they're gonna change the fucking team
Mm.
because they beat me in game one, and I thought they're gonna keep the same team because they're dicks. So I played you in game two and I absolutely spanked your ass because I totally counterpicked your
Because
team.
I knew what you were going to do. Yeah.
Because I knew exactly what you were going to do, and that you actually played it exactly the same as well, which is just hilarious. Um, but game three, come on, I respect you a bit too much than that. You're going to change your team. You're not. No, same team, same team,
No,
and
you're right. That's an issue for sure.
it's just, and I respect people too much, so I changed my team, and I should
Yeah.
have stayed with the team I had in game two because that was winning.
Yeah. But if
Top
all,
players, top
yeah,
players,
yeah, yeah,
top leaderboard players in
yeah,
Devon,
yeah.
top
There's
leaderboard.
there's one of them I just won't bother playing in future. I'll just be like, you know what, just take it now. I'll save my 15 minutes of battle, and I'll save my 10 minutes in between games waiting for you to pick the same three mons. Just take it. I don't care.
Ah,
Um, if all we can do, like, tell me if I'm wrong, right? The only positive thing we've said about something here in this hour-long chat we've had so far is it's got a 60% win rate in the twos, or it beats Ninetales, it beats Pachirisu, or it beats Grumpig. Is that am I wrong?
Um, so I got to have a little dig at Rigel Starlight by saying Vault was best. That was fun.
Yeah,
Um, we had the conversation about Bro and King. What could be better? I actually think Acid could be better there.
yeah. But they were good because they can.
Situationally can get you into a lead advantage where you could beat. So, for instance, you could get yourself in a situation advantage where you could beat Grumpig,
Yeah.
which could mean that, so if you could mix things up but it's all very situational. It
Yeah.
is very, very, and I'm not saying it's RPS, but it's not RPS, but
So
it is very situational, you know. Um,
okay. So if we're saying that things are we're only considering things that are even situationally okay against those three mons, right?
yeah, I mean, situationally, toxicity can beat two out of three of the mons.
Yeah, but there's no we wouldn't dream of picking anything that couldn't situationally hold up against them. I don't think is what I'm sort of getting at here. Like we wouldn't pick a
As lo-
what's an objectively worse fire type than Ninetales?
Magma.
Yeah, okay. I'm struggling to think of a reason to bring Magma here.
Um, there is one reason.
What, karate
There's
chopping
one.
through a Lapras? Uh,
No, you not having a nine tails.
right, okay. So yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I mean, you could karate chop through. You could karate chop through a Lapras, but yeah,
yeah. So the what I'm seeing from the way my brain works is that saying to me then if everyone's going to be bringing like they're either are Mons good enough to beat these three, which everyone's going to be bringing, which make these three bad, or there aren't Mons that beat these three, which means the meta's going to be dull as fuck and the meta's bad.
yes. And again, it's going to be how you play it and how you choose to do things. We've already spoke there about Alolan Raichu, um, and you've said that it can beat two out of them three very easily. Well, not very easily, but can beat two out of them three. You get enough Trailblazers up, you're actually going to cripple the Grumpig on the way down before it kills you.
You wouldn't need to
Um,
switch out of any of them.
you know,
No. That's the best
so
I can say for it. You wouldn't need to switch out of
um,
them.
I think you would switch out for the Grumpig.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
that'd be the one I'd stay in against the most because you're resisting the psi waves. No,
You're resisting the sideways, but you're still going to get hurt by the dynamic punches.
no, I'm resisting the dynamic punches.
Yeah, you're still going to get hurt by the shadow balls.
Yeah, but I'm getting to my moves faster than he's getting to the shadow balls.
Mm.
Like realistically, I'm shielding every time anyway, and they'll bait every time, so it doesn't actually matter. But um, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I think going back to what we said right at the beginning, where this could be something that playing super aggressively could pay dividends. Like I am prepared for that possibility that it will be fun. Like, do you remember how Firefly was fun? Like most people hated it, but if you played it without running Licky Tongue or the fire thing, and you played it
yeah.
properly, it was actually really fun. Um, I'm just prepared. So that's what I want it to be. I'm just
So,
prepared for it to be really shit and hate it.
so, so you could be prepared to go into a tournament and lead with Galv, switch into Nine Tails, and have Achu in the back.
No, I don't think I'd bring a bug electric on reflection at all.
Because Galv, you would play it now with Fury Cutter.
Yeah, but I just can't see a reason. I just can't see myself bringing an electric that just straight up loses to Ninetales.
Fair enough, fair enough. I was going to say you wouldn't be playing it as an electric. That's what I was meaning. You'd be playing it straight up as a bug to be able to counter any psychics.
But I'd rather use Mew for that because
Okay.
Mew doesn't have the downside as of the being weak to
hmm
that.
I get that. I get that. And there's some fun moves with Mew. Bulldoze doesn't work. It's not good.
No,
Um,
and there'll be other psychics that learn Astonish
hmm
or there'll be other psychics that have Brutal Swing perhaps, or I don't know. There must be, but that's the sort of thing I'm going to be looking at.
Okay.
I don't think I'll bring Mew, but I may well bring Mew. Like Mew's the sort of thing I'm looking at because
I
it's
think
got the
Mew.
upside without the downside.
I think Mew is very, very safe. I think Mew
Mm-hmm.
is extremely safe here. I don't think it's. And again, I think this is where maybe Devon's convinced me to forget about soft losses.
Mm.
And we used to talk about them all the time about, oh no, you play it like this, and you're just getting it down to just enough that you can kill it in three fast moves as soon as you come in, and by that time you've got a fuckload of energy. So no matter what they come in with,
Mm.
it's gonna hurt them. Do
Mm.
you know what I mean? And maybe Devon's made us forget about all of this.
Well,
Maybe.
Devon and the main thing in play Pokemon because everything's so bulky in play Pokemon that nothing's got the power to farm things down,
Mhm.
like with the exception of like Talonflame potentially. But there's what we've got 7 minutes left in the call. There's one thing I did want to talk about quickly. I'm just keen to get your opinion on it. Um, Incineroar.
Yes,
Any thoughts there?
I think it's interesting. I think, Darkest Lariat is a very good move. I don't like Incinerate as a move. I find it bulky. Not bulky, I find it cumbersome.
No, so
Uh,
Incineroar is Snarl.
I thought Incineroar was Incinerate.
No, Snarl and Firefang.
Okay,
So you run Snarl here, and then you've got
okay,
Blast Burn, Darkest Lariat.
okay. Okay. Getting foot by Lapras though, aren't you? But no one's running Lapras, are they?
Oh, you reckon everyone's running Psywave?
Not anymore, I don't. I
Dan,
totally
how
forgot
many
about
people do you think watch listen to me anymore? You said it yourself the other day somewhere.
Yeah, I did. I listen to you all the time.
Oh,
Uh, I do. I occasionally watch old episodes and stuff like that. If I'm at work and I'm like marking reports and things, I will actually go and watch it because I'm like, it's the same with Steve stuff. I'll just watch old ones
just
because
remember the glory days.
I just think I need something that I'm interested in, but not something that is going to surprise me.
Fair enough.
Um,
Fair
and yeah,
enough.
it's some things that make me smile.
Fair enough.
Um,
I occasionally go back to watch the Hypnotoad episode with Phil. Uh,
um, yeah, no, Incineroar's it could be a decent shout. It could be a decent shout. Now you're saying it because you are going to take down the sidekicks. I don't know what the Pachirisu matchup's like.
probably lose.
Uh,
Probably lose to Pachirisu quite handily.
but again, as we said, maybe it's these soft losses that cause the wins. And
I
that's why I was, yeah, that's why I was
Yeah,
thinking Torkoal earlier. But the problem with Torkoal is that you hit an overheat and then you're fucked.
yeah. 'Cause I think double fire. I think double fire ABB might be interesting because like Ninetales. Let's say worst case scenario is I'm Ninetales. I'm safe swapping my Ninetales to lure out your Lapras. Your Lapras has got water gun. Obviously, that's not good. Um, then I get a bit of farm down on Raichu and hurt something, and maybe I get a shield. But then what's beating Incineroar in the back? Pachirisu still, yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know.
You Salazzle.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'll run multiple fire types. I think
You've
I'll
with
run multiple
multiple
fire.
fire types.
I think I will.
Okay,
I keep
okay.
changing my mind on what I run. I think in my head I'm running three fire types, both Galarian, Slowbros, and Slowking. I'm running. No, that's
Th-
six. I can run three of them, both the glows, and a little Raichu.
And that's it. There we go.
Yeah,
I just need to counter pick that team for Sunday night.
yeah. Ninetales, Salazzle, Incineroar, Glowbro, Glowking, Raichu. No, I want Lapras, don't I? Because I want Water Lapras.
Do
So
you want Mortal Lapras?
I think I do. Yeah.
So you drop in King.
Well, I'll drop either a King or Bro. Probably,
See,
probably, probably King. Because like if I'm running Salazzle, I need to be as good into sidekicks as I can be. So um, all of a sudden,
I'm running three
br-
Grumpigs.
brutal thing. You hang on, right? Isn't this a Trimeco that I've done?
Ooh, this is a Chimecho meta. I've got a good Chimecho as well.
There you go. Well, I look forward to playing your Trimeco.
I love a Chimecho. You see, you've just done that to make sure you get higher in than Devon rankings. So when you attack World Championships,
Oh yeah,
you seeded.
oh yeah, for sure. I don't know. I don't know. I do not think I will play in the Devon World Championships, Dan. I know you really want me to, but I just
I
cannot see
do,
them
I
coming up
do.
with something that's going to make me care.
Do you remember that meta you made?
You're going to have to be more
Uh,
specific here.
Never got released. It was we talked about it ages ago, just me and you. And you said if I ever get to make a world championship meta, this is the meta I'm gonna make. I'm gonna give them. And it was when Devon first announced, and I sent it to Adelian and he never responded to me.
All right. Well, then you have to find it that
I
way then.
I'll have to, yeah, I'll have to. No, you think we speak a lot. Honestly, you won't see the amount of messages I got from Delhi. Speech to text, man. Speech to text. Honestly,
You're doing God.
You ask him how he does, and you've got 50 billion things.
You're doing
Gotta
God.
love it because I do know about his dental records and everything now. It's great.
I mean, that's something you could listen to work about that you don't need to care about. That wouldn't surprise
Oh, it always surprises
you.
me.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Um,
But go on.
I do think we should do one for the world's meta though, even if it's a
We're chatting shit.
yeah.
Just sat here, just get a little bit drunk, complaining on about thinking about better times.
Do you know what? It could be the best meta ever. Could be like this. Could be like just like setting you up.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Like really kind of
we've
go
been playing
low
the long game.
because playing the long game. That's it.
Okay, so I've got a minute left on the call. something I wanted to discuss, but completely forgot about. So I'm just going to leave this as an idea. Then we'll end the call, and the 4 people that listen, can just ponder it in their head. They shouldn't have banned water types in this meta. They should have left what water types were available as your first slot. You can only pick one. Then you've always got a Ninetales counter.
Mhm.
But there we go.
Samurott would have been ace.
Well, it wouldn't have been out like because I'm thinking it'd have to be a Slowbro or a Slowking or there's an
Oh,
electric
what?
water like
Yeah.
a lantern or I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. Just a thought.
Hmm.
Just be a bit more creative with it. I don't know. But 2 RPS in it, water, fire, electric. 2 RPS. On that note, thank you very much, Dan, and
Thanks for
I'm
having me.
sure I'm sure we'll speak again when Worlds is out. Look after yourself, mate. Speak soon.
You too, mate. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.
Bye.